Very torn on this one. It's new school versus old school, and let us know in the comments who you are rolling with. Are you taking the Trailblazer Kevin Holland, or you rolling with the OG, the Dirty Bird, Tim Means, who at 32, 12 and 1 and 38 years old, seemingly is the best version of Tim Means that we've seen to date, which is crazy to think because this is a guy with 20 plus UFC fights, double digit wins, plenty of UFC experience, obviously, and he's a guy who's been in there with a lot of very tough guys, right? Went in there with Diego Ligma, went in there with Matt Brown, went in there with Remember the Name, and most recently he did lose to Daniel Rodriguez, but after that he won three straight, right? He took out Serapoli, took out Mike Perry with ease, and was able to beat Nicholas Dalby most recently, who is always a tough out. I mean, that was a guy who way back in the day gave Darren Till his first draw, and a tough guy always. So very interested to see if Tim Means at this point of his career is going to have enough to take out the Trailblazer, who finally recovered off a sort of recent skid. I mean, he lost two straight, then had that weird, as mentioned, fight against Kyle Dawkins where it ended up being a no contest. And so technically it was three straight where he didn't get a W. And then most recently picked up that win over Cowboy Olives, Alex Oliveira. So nice to see him back to his winning ways in that return to welterweight. So, what are your thoughts on this one against Tim Means? Do you think that this is a perfect fight for Kevin Holland to just pick up another win against another tough guy and start to reinsert himself into that elite conversation? Or is this a fight where Tim Means says, Trailblazer, this is too much, and he's the one who's capitalizing on this moment? Who you got?
Yeah, no, such a tough test, a great fight. But I think Trailblazer, this is totally a layup for him. They're trying to get his confidence back. They really like Kevin Holland. They want to push him. They want to get him to championship level. So they need to give him some dirty birds and some veterans. He took out the Cowboy. He's about to take out Means, and he took out the Gator before. So I think he's actually going to be the veteran destroyer, and he won't be the Trailblazer after this fight. I think this is going to be a quick fight. Tim Means been looking dirty birdie real good lately, but I don't know. I think Kevin is going to have that crazy length, crazy speed, and just crack him hard. I mean, as we all know, Kevin Hall's weaknesses is wrestling. So if Tim Means decides to go heavy wrestling, he probably could get it done, but I don't know. I look at Tim as being more of a scrapper. I don't think he's going to go and try to sniff some crotch. I think he's going to try to stand and bang, and that's where it's going to end badly because Trailblazer is going to come in hot, and I think knock his lights out pretty early, first or second round. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting fight, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a sick fight for sure, and it looks as though most of Tapology is kind of thinking along your way with 90% going with Kevin Holland. Majority of it is Brown. They think the KO TKO is most likely, and only 10% is rolling with Tim Means. Majority is base for that decision, so it seems as though those bullish on Tim Means are thinking he's going to maybe win a decision, and I like your idea of him really having to mix this up if he has a chance against Holland. I like him to maybe try and get some takedowns and try to assert that top pressure because Kevin Holland, when he's on the ground and he's on top and dictating the flow of the fight, he's very dominant. But when he's on the bottom, it's sometimes tough for him to get up. So maybe that's a good idea for Tim Means, or maybe just pressured up against the cage, make it ugly, make it gritty, really try to wear on Kevin Holland and try to just kind of gas him out early. But ultimately, I got to roll with you. I'm picking Kevin Holland in this one. I think, though, that it might be a closer fight than many are expecting because, Kevin Holland, sometimes he takes him a little while to get going. And, Tim Means is going to be going from the very first second. So I feel like Tim Means might steal that first round. And then once Kevin Holland, quits messing around and starts to really impose his will, then I like him to win the second and third for sure. But if Tim Means comes in here and sneaks a win, I don't think people should be too shocked because this is a guy who I think he's a lot like Kevin Holland. He's super scrappy, very well rounded, can get it done, pretty much wherever the fight goes. But ultimately, I got to go with Kevin Holland for sure. So, any last thoughts on this one? Is this going to be fight of the night?
Yeah, I think it's going to be fight of the night, possibly performance of the night. We're going to see. It'll be very interesting, maybe even KO of the night if Trailblazer can let those hands fly. But yeah, throw in the comments who you got, Trailblazer or the Dirty Bird.